Nehemiah, you are my cupbearer, counselor, and friend. Were it not for you, I might be poisoned. You hold a highly responsible position in my court. In fact, I think I trust you and your judgment more than any other single person. Yet, oddly, you are a foreigner, a Judean.
My king, Artaxerxes, is kind and trusting.
Trusting? No. Very few people do I trust. You are one of the few. Perhaps I should give a feast and celebration in your honor.
His Majesty is thoughtful and generous. Yet, if it please my king, I would rather not participate in the drinking and entertainment that accompanies such a feast.
You are an unusual man, Nehemiah. Most men surrounded by the pomp and splendor and the presence of the feminine beauties of my court would have forgotten their God long ago, but not you. You are still true to your God.
I worship and serve a just and merciful God, sir.
Have you heard recently from your countrymen in Jerusalem?
No, sir. But the last I heard, my people were suffering hardships and affliction. And thank you, Your Majesty, for your concern.
Nehemiah, sir, there is a man to see you. Claims to be your brother. His name is almost like mine, Hanani.
He is my brother. Where is he?
In the antechamber, sir, with other men from Judah.
Hanani!
Nehemiah, you look healthy and fine, my brother.
So do you, Hanani.
Well, tell me, do you actually live here in the royal palace? And you, an Israelite?
His Majesty trusts me. God loves me. I betray neither. Well, it seems ages since I've heard news from Judah. Tell me, how are the people who left Persia and went back to Jerusalem? And how is Jerusalem itself and the temple?
The temple's finished, but the walls and gates of the city still remain in ruins. Nothing but rubble and ashes.
Israel, God's chosen people, harassed and ridiculed, and God's city nothing but rubble and ruins.
There is good news, too, Nehemiah, my brother. All the services of the temple, as ordered by Moses and installed by Solomon, are fully restored.
Perhaps it would be wise to withdraw and leave Nehemiah alone for a time.
Oh, I will go to my own room.
My brother feels the reverses of Judah very deeply.
He is a man of deep integrity and boundless faith and loyalty.
Overwhelmed with sorrow, Nehemiah neither ate nor drank. He wept and mourned certain days and fasted and prayed. As he prayed, a holy purpose formed in his mind.
If I can obtain the permission of the king, I myself will go to Jerusalem and undertake the task of rebuilding the walls of the city and restoring Israel's national strength. O God of Israel, grant me, I pray thee, favor in the king's sight, so that he will give me his royal permission to undertake this task.
For 4 months, Nehemiah waited for a favorable opportunity to present his request to the king. During these 4 months...
Nehemiah, sir, you appear worried, and yet when you are in the presence of the king, you are cheerful and all seems well. Why? What is wrong?
My heart is heavy with grief for Judah, Hananiah. Yet I must bear myself with cheerfulness in the presence of royalty. Distress must not cast its shadow over the countenance of any attendant of royalty. I must be especially careful with His Majesty. He is wise and is accustomed to read countenances and to penetrate disguises.
But out of the presence of royalty, concealed from human sight, many were the prayers, the confessions, and the tears of Nehemiah, heard and witnessed by God and the angels. Sleepless nights and care-filled days left their trace upon Nehemiah's countenance.
Your afternoon drink, Your Majesty.
Thank you, Nehemiah. Nehemiah, are you ill?
No, Your Majesty.
Then why is thy countenance so sad?
My countenance sad, Your Majesty?
If you are not ill, then this must be nothing else but sorrow of heart. Be not afraid, Nehemiah. Speak up. Perhaps I can help ease the sorrow in thine heart.
O king, live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad when Jerusalem, the city of my fathers, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire?
I perceive, Nehemiah, that thou hast a request. Speak up, for thou art my trusted cupbearer and officer. For what dost thou make request? Fear not, Nehemiah, for the condition of Jerusalem has aroused my sympathy. I wish only to help. Do you have a request?
If it please my king, and if I have found favor in thy sight, I would that thou send me to Jerusalem, unto the city of my fathers, that I may rebuild it.
How long shall thy journey be, and when wilt thou return?
If it please his majesty, I assume that it will take about several years to organize the work and rebuild the city and its walls.
Permission granted, Nehemiah. Anything else you need, speak up.
O king, to give dignity and authority to the mission, as well as to provide protection on the journey, may I request an escort of a regiment of His Majesty's Guards?
Permission granted.
And I am sure that my king can see the definite advantage of royal letters to the governors of the provinces beyond the river.
Indeed I can, and they shall be provided. Also, Nehemiah, I shall write a letter to the keeper of my forest at Lebanon, directing him to furnish such timber as thou may need to build Jerusalem and its walls.
In the name of Judah and Judah's God, thank you, your majesty.
Is there any other request? If so, Nehemiah, make it known, and so shall it be.
O king, be it known unto thee and the queen that my prayer to my God has already been answered in a most marvelous and wonderful way. Blessings be upon thee, O king, and upon thy queen, and upon thy household and kingdom. The Lord be with thee and keep thee.